Hello, we met again in the VNews broadcast daily and following at today's headlines.
Vietnam-India enhance cooperative ties. ASEAN regional quiz opens in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Vietnam benefits from satellite receiving technology.
Cambodia's standing Deputy Prime Minister Men Sam An on August 3rd offered incense at a historical site in southern Dong Nai province, where Brigade 125, the precursor of the Cambodian National United Front for National Salvation, was established.
The Cambodian Deputy Prime Minister said she is moved to visit the site, which is evidence for the solidarity in fighting and close attachment between Vietnamese and Cambodian armies and people. She thanked the Vietnamese army and people for the great support for Cambodia in the struggle for national liberation in the past, as well as in current national development. On May 12, 1978, in Long Sao Commune, Cẩm Mỹ district, with the enthusiastic assistance of the Vietnamese Party, State Army and people, more than 200 Cambodian soldiers from Brigade 125, commanded by Hun Sen, who is now Prime Minister of Cambodia. The brigade coordinated with the Vietnamese army and people in the struggle to liberate Cambodia from the Khmer Rouge regime on January 7, 1979. The site, inaugurated on January 2, 2012, is now home to 49 Cambodian fallen soldiers.
The fourth meeting of lawmakers of Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam, focusing on the role of the national assemblies in supporting the development triangle, wrapped up in the central province of Nghệ An on August 3rd.
The meeting issued a joint statement agreeing on a master plan on socio-economic development in the Vietnam-Laos-Cambodia Development Triangle to 2020. Participants proposed the three countries accelerate the building and completion of a legal system on investment and business, policies relating to tax, customs and labor. They added the governments of the three countries should give priorities to the investment in upgrading infrastructure, especially in transport, electricity, water, communications and irrigation works, and encourage economic sectors to invest in them. Delegates also held that cooperation mechanisms between the three government agencies, as well as localities in the development triangle, need to be maintained and strengthened to remove difficulties for enterprises and local people. They also agreed on developing a drug-free environment in the region and supported the treatment of drug addicts with Vietnamese traditional medicine. They proposed the establishment of a subcommittee in each country's National Assembly and an action plan for the supervision and support of the agreed policy implementation.
Vietnam news agencies recently held an interview with Indian Ambassador to Vietnam Rajit Rao on the occasion of the 40th anniversary of the diplomatic ties and the 5th anniversary of the strategic partnership establishment between Vietnam and India.
Your Excellency, the long-standing friendly relationship between Vietnam and India was founded by the late President Ho Chi Minh and Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Can you briefly comment about the bilateral ties over the past years?
Well, I would characterize our relationship as being excellent. And I think we have built on the very strong foundations that were laid by Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and President Ho Chi Minh. And as I always say, our friendship was actually forged when our countries were fighting for freedom and independence and national liberation. And we have been with each other in very difficult times. And now when the times are much better, when our economies have integrated with the global economy, many new opportunities for cooperation, especially cooperation in the field of trade and investment, have opened up. And I think today I can say that our strategic partnership, which we signed in 2007, has truly deepened and covers a very vast number of areas of cooperation. So I believe that our cooperation is developing very well, though of course I still feel that it is much below the potential that exists.
Economic and investment cooperation between Vietnam and India is rapidly growing. Two-way trade hit $1.9 billion in the first half of this year. What will the Indian embassy continue doing in future to further promote bilateral trade?
Well, I think up to about 2011, our trade was growing quite rapidly. In fact, in 2010, it was only about $2.7 billion. And 2011, it went up to $3.9 billion. So a very, very sharp increase. This year, in the first 6 months, I think the rate of growth has slowed down a little bit because both our countries are facing economic difficulties. But even despite those difficulties, I hope very much that we can retain the figure that we achieved last year if we cannot improve upon the figure. But I am very confident that our trade partnership will strengthen rapidly for many reasons. One, the ASEAN-India Free Trade Agreement in goods has entered into force. We are very close to finalizing the negotiations on the ASEAN-India Agreement in services and investments. And I think with these developments, they will provide a very big boost to our bilateral economic cooperation. During the visit of His Excellency President Chun Tan-sang to India last October, our two governments decided to set a target, a bilateral trade target of $7 billion by 2015, and I hope very much that we can achieve it. Another important initiative that we have taken is the establishment of the Vietnam-India Business Forum, and this brings together business leaders from India and Vietnam and provides opportunities for B2B matchmaking, for identifying opportunities for mutual benefit and cooperation. And we are also promoting greater participation by business leaders in both countries in each other's trade fairs, business seminars. Within the context of the India-ASEAN cooperation also, a series of business events and programs are being organized in India. And we look forward to the participation of many Vietnamese trade and business organizations and business companies. So I'm quite confident that we should be able to achieve our bilateral trade target.
The 5th ASEAN Regional Quiz opened on August 3rd in Phnom Penh, aiming to raise the awareness of the association and strengthen the friendship and solidarity among people of its member countries.
The quiz is an opportunity for each member country to promote their image and enhance understanding through the exchange with the other countries' members. The competition attracts 30 school contestants from all the 10 ASEAN member nations. The contestants will take 3 test rounds in English. Each round will cover 20 questions on various fields such as geography, history, culture, economics, politics, and ASEAN. They will also participate in several debates. The Vietnamese team includes 3 members who won first prize in a similar competition in Vietnam last August.
The Vietnamese remote sensing stations, operational for 3 years, has become the most modern image processing center in the region so far.
Run by the National Remote Sensing Center under the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, the station was built at a total cost of €19.3 million in official development assistance from the French government and nearly 50 billion Vietnamese dong in counterpart funding. The move is expected to be an important step towards realizing the strategy for application and development of space technology through 2020. To date, the station has processed over 370,000 images of all kinds, capturing Vietnam's territory and neighboring countries in the region. The images have been helpful for search and rescue services, oversight of natural disasters, and monitoring resources in border areas. In order to get more images taken from small satellites, the station is presently being upgraded, which will contribute considerable value to socio-economic development, defense and security.
The 4th International Vietnamese Martial Arts Festival officially wrapped up in the central province of Bình Định on August 3rd after 3 days of competition.
The biennial festival attracted almost 800 martial arts instructors and fighters from 69 teams from 27 countries and territories. Valeria Rabova from Russia was crowned Miss Martial Arts at the festival. The runners-up prizes went to Châu Nữ Hoài Vân and Phan Thị Hồng Nguyên from Bình Định Province. Canadian entrant Hainan Laura took both the Miss Áo Dài and Miss Beautiful Face titles.
And this is the end of the news today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.